So if you take anything away from today, know that play schemas are a powerful way to turn playtime into productive time. By working with your child's natural instincts, you can create meaningful, playful ways for them to connect and help around the house. Kia ora, hello, I'm Ruth Burko, a teacher turned mum here on a mission to demystify child's play through understanding play schemas. If you've ever found yourself asking, why is my child doing that? Whether it's throwing their soft toys, hiding stones around the house, or lining up their crayons, then you're in the right place, and certainly not alone. Here, we'll explore the magic of play through the lens of play schemas, those hidden, repeated patterns in your child's behaviour that holds the key to unlocking more meaningful play and connection. Through understanding play schemas, you'll be able to move beyond those one-off activities and understand the why behind your child's play. Join me each week as we dive into playful insights that will help you bring more joy, connection, and understanding into your parenting journey and set the stage for a lifetime of learning. Let's dive on in. Hello and welcome to Demystifying Child's Play. I'm Ruth Burko. Today I'll be your guide to uncovering how child's play can make your life a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Whether you're listening during nap time or folding another load of laundry, I'm so glad you're here. Now this is part 4 of what was going to be a 3-part series. Firstly, we looked at independent play. Secondly, we looked at playing with siblings or friends. Then we looked at being adults playing with kids. And now today we're having a look at how to help around the home with play schemas. So jump on in, let's go. So imagine this. You're trying to tidy up the house, but instead of lending a hand, your toddler is throwing toys across the room and your preschooler is rearranging the cushions. Does that sound familiar? What if I told you those seemingly unhelpful behaviours are actually opportunities to engage your child in real tasks around the house, while also supporting their natural play schemas? So today we're going to explore how you can use the 10 most common play schemas to help encourage your child to help out at home. By aligning everyday chores with your child's play patterns, you'll not only get things done, but also nurture their creativity and development. Okay, so what are play schemas? They're those natural patterns of play that your child uses to explore the world. Think of them as building blocks or a blueprint of learning and development. Now this really matters because when we understand these play patterns, we can work with them rather than against them to keep our kids engaged and happy while also teaching them valuable life skills. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at each of the most common 10 play schemas and see how we can use them to inspire practical ways to involve your child in helping around the house. For each schema, I'll share 2, maybe 3 engaging activities. Now, if you want to have the top 10 play schemas, head to playschemas.com/free for the overall top 10. And what I might do is I'll add this one too. So if you want the cheat sheet for around home, have a look there. Play schemas, that's play, schemas.com/free for these ideas as well about how to get your child to help around the home using schemas to work with them rather than against them. Okay, so trajectory schema. These kids love to throw, drop, or propel objects. So here's how we can channel that energy productively. Watering plants. Give them a spray bottle to help them water plants. It's a fun and active way to keep them engaged. If you're outside and it's summer, see if they can use the hose. They might get a little bit wet, or otherwise just a simple spray bottle. Really good for fine motor skills as well. Another way is tidy up toss. Turn tidying up into a game by letting them throw soft toys or laundry into a basket. Bonus points if you make it a competition. I know that with my 3.5-year-old, if it's a competition, everything is done so much faster. Before I go to the next one, I also want to say, doing these activities, I'm always encouraging you to do them with your child. So another one I'll just quickly add in is putting away washing. For me, I can wash things, I can dry things, I can bring them inside. Putting them away is just not what my body wants to do. I'll do anything else. What I've learned though, is to get my children to do it is we'll put their clothes in a pile in their room and we'll do it together. So we'll sit down and we might divide them all up into the socks and the undies and the shorts and be like, right, who's going to do the socks? Okay, I'll do the socks, you do the undies, I'll do the shorts, you do the t-shirts. So you're working together. You're modeling, which means showing them how to do things. So my hope is that working with my boys on doing this, they'll enjoy putting away washing way more than I do. Okay, we've done trajectory. We're going to go on to transportation schema. So kids in this schema enjoy moving objects from place to place. And this is really easy to use to your advantage. So you can make them your grocery helper. When you've finished your shopping, let them transport the groceries from bags into cupboards using a toy cart or their hands, or maybe a bag they can even drag along the ground. It's purposeful and satisfying, and it's also helping them know where things go in cupboards. Another thing you could do is help them be a laundry carrier. Ask them to carry folded laundry into the correct room. They'll love the sense of responsibility, and then that extra step, put it away with them. Okay, the rotation schema. Rotating, spinning, and things with circles are all the focus here. Here's how to incorporate it into chores. How about scrub in circles? Let them scrub the floor or table in circular motions with a sponge. After we eat our kai, so our food, at breakfast and dinner and lunch, there's always food on the table. So our children know that they wipe their hands, wipe their face, and then they wipe the table. And quite naturally, it's in circular motions. Another one you can do with this, adding into it, is you can use a spray bottle on the table. We have one that's just water, so they can spray to their heart's content, and then they use a circular motion to clean the table. It gives them a sense of satisfaction. And they may not do it right. And if it's not right for you, I really challenge you, don't jump in and correct it straight away. Model how to do it. Say, oh, when I'm doing my cleaning, I'm going around in circles and I'm checking there's nothing left. And if you see them leave things, try and clean it up when they're not there, because you want to let them have that sense of accomplishment that they are actually helping. If they see that every time they try and clean and help, you go and fix it, they'll get really discouraged. So let them see the success. Another thing you can do is helping them turn handles. So maybe if you've got a garden, you've got lettuce that needs to be washed, get them to use a salad spinner, or maybe even using a hand-cranked whisk, or even just holding the beaters, the electric ones, and letting it go round, seeing how they can join in. A tip with that is one of my children really doesn't like the sound, so we've got some earmuffs that live in the kitchen. So anytime we're using the electric hand beater, the earmuffs go on. It's a way more enjoyable experience. Okay, the orientation schema. This is when children love flipping, turning, or viewing things from different angles. So you could have a go at flipping cushions. So while you're doing some cleaning, say you're doing some vacuuming, you've got to move the rugs and move some things, ask them to flip them around. It feels novel and helps keeping them engaged. If you can handle it, you could ask them to rearrange the cushions if you're happy with them not being the same every week. It feels novel, but it does help keep them engaged. Another way is rearranging shoes. Let them organize shoes on a rack or books on a shelf. It can be satisfying and purposeful. For us, we have shoe cupboards, and what I've started getting my son to do is we've got our younger and older ones sharing a cupboard at the moment, but of course, every now and then they just get chucked in and all mucked up. So we have a go at putting them back in the right section and seeing which shoes they actually fit or not anymore, because our kids at this age grow very fast. Okay, the positioning schema. Kids who love arranging and lining things up will enjoy these tasks. One is setting the table. Invite them to line up cutlery and arrange plates or glasses. It's a great way to teach them order and care, and a great way to encourage you sitting together as a family to have a meal. I really encourage you, if you can, don't let your kids just eat on their own. Even if it's only one of the adults, sit with them, talk about their day, enjoy that time together. Another way to position is with the soft toys or their hard toys. Ask them to position their toys or blocks in a specific order during cleanup time. It could be on the shelf, that the shelf looks different every week. As long as they're helping, let them do it. Okay, the transformation schema. These kids love seeing things change, and this is a really good one to use in the kitchen. So, making batter. Let them mix ingredients and watch it transform into the batter. So it could be muffins, could be cakes, could be fritters, anything. You could do some baking. Now, one thing again I'll say is when you bake with kids, be expectant that there'll be a bit more mess and it'll take a little bit longer. So factor that in. If you're trying to rush through and if you're trying to keep things pristine, clean, that's when the frustration will come in. If you just relax a bit, it will be a lot easier. And know that as they get older and as they do it more, it does get less messy and it does get easier. My child who's 3.5 can now break eggs and cut butter and put things in the microwave. He can do so many tasks on his own with just a little bit of guidance. If I tried to give it to him today with no prior experience, he wouldn't be able to do that. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Another great job is mashing potatoes. Hand them in the masher and let them transform the boiled potatoes. You really can't go wrong with this one, and it's quite satisfying. It's also a really good task that can keep them entertained for a while they're really helping with the family, but it gives you the chance to do other tasks too. They will love seeing the change. And then, if they don't normally eat mashed potato, it might help them eat it. Okay, the connection schema. For kids who love joining or linking objects, you could try these ones. They could seal envelopes. Now I can hear you thinking, who sends letters anymore? But we are currently in a stage where our child is loving receiving letters, so we're really encouraging them to send ones too. So have them tape or glue the envelopes. Another one is tying up ribbons. You can involve them in tying ribbons and strings around parcels or gift bags, or maybe when you're tidying up, you can get them to connect things together as they move them around the house. So what comes after the connecting schema? The disconnecting schema. So this is where they pull apart or separate items. This can be hard sometimes when you're wanting them to tidy up and they're wanting to pull everything out. But what you can do is get them to peel stickers. If you're like us, a lot of our fruit comes with stickers on them, which is really annoying. What I try and do is I try and remove these stickers when I get home from the shopping so that they don't stick on them and they get lost everywhere. This is a great job for them to do. Ask them to peel off the stickers or remove labels. Or you could get them to sort laundry. Let them separate socks or sort laundry into pile by colour. And if they haven't been folded yet, they can do the throwing of it as well as the disconnecting. Okay, the enclosure schema. These kids love placing things inside boundaries and have a good tendency for tidying up. So one real easy way is get a box and get them to fill it. Have a box that can be your tidy up box and get them to place toys or items into them to either move back to the right place or to be put away. Another way is you could get them to build a fort. So they could be building a fort while organising cushions or blankets. Or it could be the fort station. You can get them to organise the fort station so it's ready for playing with later on. Okay, the enveloping schema. This is where children love wrapping or covering objects. Try these tasks. You could get them to wrap up toys, books, or sandwiches for a picnic. Or you could get them to fold laundry. Encourage them to fold towels or blankets, things that are simple but satisfying. Okay, so you may be looking at these ideas and thinking, my child's not going to do that. They're not going to want to help around the house. So when they resist, they might not be into it right away. If it's not something they're used to, if it's something they've just seen you do or not seen at all if you do it after they go to bed. So keep it lighthearted and fun and keep it short and sweet. So I said at the beginning, don't just send them to their room with their washing and say, hey, put that away. Who's going to want to do that? Do it with them. Use encouragement and join in to model the task. Make sure you celebrate some small wins. Praise their efforts, no matter how small. That was a great job helping with the laundry. I saw how you carried that to your room and you started putting away before I even got there. A little praise can go a long way. So some practical tips. Make sure you're matching the task to your child's play schema for better engagement. And keep tasks short and age appropriate to avoid frustration. You can turn everyday chores into playful challenges and make it fun. So my challenge is to try something this week where your child is helping at home while using their play schema. Take a note of how they respond, and I'd love to hear it. Please share it with me, either by going to playschemas.com, you can contact me through there, or play_schemas on social media. So if you take anything away from today, know that play schemas are a powerful way to turn playtime into productive time. By working with your child's natural instincts, you can create meaningful, playful ways for them to connect and help around the house. Make sure you visit playschemas.com if you want the show notes and links from today, and playschemas.com/free for the free cheat sheet that has the top 10 play schemas, as well as I'll upload a new one that has all of these ideas as well, so you can have a quick look. If you've got a household task that I didn't cover and you'd really like to know how that could work with a schema, please let me know. Okay, as we wrap up this episode, I'm really excited about our next series. It's going to be a 6-part series looking at love. If you're familiar with the 5 love languages, we're going to be starting at looking at love languages on the whole, and then each love language and how you can use play schemas to show your child that they're really loved when you're playing with them or allowing them to play with siblings or on their own. So make sure you tune in. I'm really excited. And if you've got any questions about the love languages, please let me know so I can incorporate them into the episodes. So for now, don't miss it. And make sure you remember, you say it with me, today is a great day to play.